we're back for one last time. Hi everyone, I'm Sandrine, and today we're talking about Strike Back, the final season. And I've been wanting to talk about this final season of Strike Back since it premiered. Only 3 episodes aired in the US so far, and I have to apologize because I originally wanted to do a weekly review for the show like I had done for previous seasons, but it didn't really work out that way. So what I'm going to be doing is I will be talking about the first 3 episodes in this video, and then I will have another video after the finale kind of wrapping everything up and sharing some of my thoughts on this season. So I hope that's okay, and I'm really excited to be talking about Strike Back. So let's do it! Starting with that first episode, we literally jump right back into the action. And I love that scene where you have Scott and Stonebridge kind of rising from the water, and I'm so excited! That's Strike Back, that's why I love this show! Another moment I also really loved is when Stonebridge makes fun of Scott and Richmond for being together.
You two? Since when?
And speaking of Scott and Richmond, I kind of like these two. I also love that they don't spend too much time on them and still continue to move the story forward with them each having their own tasks to do. So we're still getting everything we loved about Strike Back, and we have that little extra development between the 2 characters, which I think is kind of fun. Although I will say that I worry they're gonna kill Richmond, because I almost feel like Strike Back is really good at killing characters that we like, and now with her being with Scott, it just seems kind of too perfect almost for them not to kill her. I'm really hoping she makes it out alive and they can kind of go off and live happily ever after, but this is Strike Back, so, you know. And another Richmond moment that I thought I'd mention is her getting punched by Ray in the club when he kind of makes her. I totally jumped at that. I was like, oh my god, he just punched her. I kind of love that moment, but was also freaking out at the fact that he punched Richmond, and I thought, oh my god, she's gonna die. But no, she survived. The whole story with the ambassador and him bringing the bomb and kind of blowing himself up, still surviving, only to be killed by his wife. Did not see that coming. And I'm almost wondering, Sandrine, how much TV do you watch? How do you not see these twists coming? But I don't. Every time I'm surprised, I'm like, no, the wife isn't on it. We also had Stonebridge and Scott climbing that really tall building and then jumping off of it, which was pretty cool. What? Stonebridge electrocuting that guy in his mouth was... Where did that come from? Crazy. I didn't even know you could do that. And of course, I have to talk about the guest stars because a couple of them were actors from Spartacus, and I kind of freaked out about it. And some of you might already know this, but I was a huge fan of Spartacus. It was actually the first show I reviewed on this channel, so yeah. Love it so much. So Scott's son is Tiberius, for those who watched Spartacus. So that's fun. And of course, even more exciting is Gannicus, my favorite character in Spartacus. Dustin Clare, who plays one of the 2 guys hired. Is he a mercenary? Now I'm drawing a blank and I'm not sure. And funny story is that I had always thought that Dustin Clare would be a great addition to Strike Back, although in my vision, he would have teamed up with Stonebridge and Scott. But it's still early in the season, so who knows? But it looks like he's not a good guy, so. Super excited about that. Great way to start the season. Every episode, I'm like, oh, this show, it's so good. In terms of how I'm hoping or think the final season will end, Scott sort of predicted the finale, I think, in episode 2 when he said he had this vision of this big gunfight, bloodshed, and them in the middle. Sounds like a typical Strike Back finale. The only thing I'm really worried about, especially in this season, because it is the last season, is who will they kill off? Because this is the last season, you know that all bets are off. It's not like they need them again. So I'm thinking even Scott or Stonebridge could go, which is really sad. I'm hoping for a happy ending with Scott and Richmond kind of going off on their way, and then Stonebridge maybe doing some more work because he seems to be really into what he's doing. I'm thinking they might kill Locke because they've killed everybody else before him, so why not add him to the count of bosses that die. So those are my thoughts so far, but of course I'd love to hear from you and what your favorite moments have been so far, and what are your theories for the finale. Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe because I'll be doing another Strike Back video as mentioned after the finale airs. And we also have TV related videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye! I guess the good news is that both Sullivan Stapleton and Philip Winchester have been cast in new shows, both on NBC. Philip Winchester is in The Player, which actually will include some strike back moves, and Sullivan Stapleton will be in Blind Spot. A little less action than The Player, but still some action, so it'll be fun. At least we'll still see them on our TV screen. Maybe they'll make like a strike back movie, strike back TV movie, strike back special, strike back miniseries. I'm open for anything, really.